Hey everyone, welcome to Mind Your Business, where we showcase all the latest news in crypto and tech. If you like our content, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and also make sure to hit that notification bell. Let's get into it. Recently, there has been a lot of talk about a soft landing for the US economy. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell and Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen have both expressed optimism about the state of the economy. Yellen recently stated, "I see a soft landing as being a possible outcome and the one that I hope we will be able to achieve. The economy is fundamentally in good shape and inflation is coming down if you measure it on a 12-month basis." However, not everyone shares the same view as the Fed. In an interview on the Blockworks podcast, Mark Yusko explained why he believes that the Fed is not accounting for what's really going on in the economy. According to Yusko, liquidity is becoming an issue, and small and medium-sized businesses are laying off a high number of employees. This is making it increasingly difficult for employees to get back into the workforce. Yusko believes that the call for a soft landing is a massive misinterpretation of what's really going on in the economy. He argues that it is evident from the GDP figures, which indicate a year-over-year change of only 0.9%, below the natural rate of growth. Corporate bankruptcies have surged to new highs, particularly in the fourth quarter, and the number of bankruptcies and layoffs is up. All of this is leading to a liquidity problem. Yusko believes that there is a pyramid-type scheme happening, where the bankers get rich manipulating the fiat world while the middle class and poor lose purchasing power. He believes that the US economy is not in a soft landing, but rather in a recession. Let's listen to Mark.
How's the market, the equity markets over the last month? Everybody's, they're up a lot. They're not. They were up a lot the first couple weeks, and now they're kind of downish to flattish. The Dow is actually flat for the year.
Yeah.
Nasdaq's still up a decent amount, but it's basically flat for the last month, and I think there's a pretty big yin and yang going on between realities of economic data and narratives of no landing. And I did the podcast with Rosie a couple weeks ago, and he was just going off on no landing. It's insane. Can they not read their own data? No, I mean, they can, but they're choosing not to. Yep. And they're crafting a narrative that suits their, objectives. And narratives are crazy. And I'm just all about, I think data is better than narratives. And the data, it's not really good. Ultimately, this idea of no landing to me is kind of silly, right? Because no landing implies that we're still at 30,000 feet cruising along in the air. That's clearly not the case. This is not a perfect economy. We had a year-over-year change in GDP last year of 0.9. That is stall speed, right? That is below the natural rate of growth, which is around 2%. So that is definitionally a recession. Now, they're not going to call it a recession because of the fake jobs numbers. Here's a crazy thing, Michael, that I talked with Rosie about. I think I may have mentioned this last week. The 1.5 million jobs, quote unquote, that were created in the last year. All those are this BLS nonsense of the birth-death ratio.
Right.
And here's the crazy thing. Rosie pointed out, and I just saw it again, corporate bankruptcies surged to new highs, particularly in the fourth quarter. And so if companies are going bankrupt, how can there be net positive birth-death, right? Just definitionally. And so they're clearly just ignoring that and saying, hey, we're still in an expansion, therefore technically the birth-death ratio is X, and we're just going to ignore that corporate bankruptcy data. And the number of bankruptcies / layoffs, I don't know, those all seem to be up and to the right.
To watch the full interview, check out the link below. Do you agree with Mark in that this is a liquidity problem? Do you think the SEC is lying to us and that we are actually on the precipice of a recession? Let us know in the comments. If you want to see more content on the world of crypto and tech, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell as we put out daily content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.